I recorded the last bit that you were referring to, where Ed kicks my butt, as you said. With Colleen Finkenbeard directed me in that one, and that was grueling. We recorded that particular episode from 10 o'clock in the morning till 1 in the morning. And we ended with the vomiting of the rocks, you know, his basically in the weird fetal death pose. And, yeah. And I remember it was like 12:45 in the morning, and I was so tired. And I had a 4.5 hour drive ahead of me. I had to drive back to Houston. And I was like, oh my God. And so we did the vomiting. And Colleen looks at me and she goes, oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry, but I need you to vomit again and sound more like you're in pain. I'm like, I love you. And I was making these horrible sounds like I was a frat boy on initiation night. It was really grueling, but it was cool. It was very, of course I was like pissed that Greed had to die so soon. But I had more people come up to me and tell me that they cried when Greed died. And wow, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So he was a great character to play, and totally, anyone who's done that show, you know, has gotten, I know, thank you, okay, I'm hearing ambient noise everywhere. I don't do drugs either, oh my God. Anyway, I don't even know where I'm going with that, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yes, next question. Yeah, okay, go ahead, I'm scared.
I know you said you're really big fan of riding roller coasters and stuff. I know, do you plan on going out to Tampa to ride SheiKra with the floor anytime? And do you have any funny stories about riding that?
I have a funny story about Monica riding the SheiKra. What she's referring to is, if any of you don't know this about me, which there's a very good chance you don't, I'm a gigantic roller coaster dork. Like to me, like roller coasters are to me what video games are to a lot of you probably. Like I'm obsessed with roller coasters. Like I can look at a roller coaster and I can tell you who designed it, what year it was designed, how it operates. It's a Steel Force Dorney Park is a Chance Morgan hyper coaster that was built in the early 1990s and reaches the top speed of 72 miles per hour, and the first drop is 190 feet. And that's really about all I can tell you about that. All right. So she wants to know about. And I have no life. All right. She wants to know about riding SheiKra. I was riding SheiKra. I was attending MetroCon in Tampa, and they took us out, and SheiKra had just opened. And Monica wouldn't ride it at first. Not because she's just not the biggest roller. She's not like me. She's not like obsessed with roller coasters. But the rest of us rode it like several times in the rain, which was completely badass. Well, then nighttime came, and everyone knows night is the best time to ride roller coasters. And, or go skinny dipping. And Monica was like, okay, she acquiesced. I used acquiesced, yes. And I got her on SheiKra, and if you don't know SheiKra, it's a 200-foot tall coaster, and you go around a really slow bend, and then they hold you, and you fall 200 feet, like straight down. Well, Monica, first of all, we're going up the lift, and I'm like, oh my God, this is totally different at night. And she's like, you're not making me feel comforted, Patton. She's like, good job being the man. I'm like, thanks. When we get to the top, and we start rounding the bend, and all I can think of is, oh my God, this feels so much higher at night. And Monica goes, there's Red Lobster! So that's like my fondest SheiKra memory. That and the fact that I was getting pelted with rain as we rode it. It was awesome. But every time I think of Red Lobster, I think of Monica or SheiKra, and vice versa. So whenever I hear Tim Gunn say, what am I, entree? Why am I a Red Lobster? Holla at your boy. Does anyone here like Project Run? Yeah. Okay. Holla at your boy. Yeah. I've always imagined that it would be great if either Greed could possess Tim Gunn or Tim Gunn could possess Greed. And I think if Greed possessed, if Tim Gunn had Greed inside of him, that he'd be like, homunculi. I'm a little concerned at the disorganization, but all I know is the world is my oyster, and I want everything: immortality, women, well, men. homunculi make it work. I think that's how it would go. It would be awesome. What? The reverse? Okay, so if Greed was running Parsons School of Design and was Tim Gunn. Designers, the silhouette of all your clothes suck. And personally, I don't care how any of you end up designing or making things for the runway. My only goal is to make all of you my bitch. College boy. Yeah. Oh, it's a long night. Next. Yes. Favorite what? Game? I've done very few, but honestly, like, I had the most fun doing the second Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi because, and let me tell you why, because it was the least amount of effort for like the most amount of satisfaction. And I don't, like, typically actors, you do the work because you love acting and you love the art and everything, but this is one of those cases where I got flown to Dallas, and for 20 minutes, I stood in a booth and I grunted and I said 3 lines, and they paid me $750 and flew me home. And I was like, I have the greatest job on the planet Earth. It's the greatest job ever. But it usually doesn't go down like that. Usually you work long and hard hours, but that was, also I did a video game that like is considered by some people to be the worst game in history, so I sort of wear that as a badge of honor. I played a little newspaper delivery guy named Ventus in a game called Unlimited Saga, which, yeah, some people call it Unlimited Suckage, I've heard. My best friend in the world, who's a big gamer, bought it, and he actually said, I bought it, played your character, and sold it the next day, dude, sorry. I'm like, aw, I'll let you boy. Okay. I'll get to you next. Yes?
Do you remember, and like, what was your favorite song to do in Rocky Horror?
Oh, right, okay. I've done, if any of you don't know this, Rocky Horror Picture Show was originally the Rocky Horror Show. It was a stage musical. It was written as an off-Broadway musical. I've done that production twice. And I've actually done it with Greg Ayers, with Chris Ayers directing. And Monica Rial, I did it with Monica. She played Eddie Dr. Scott, believe it or not. It was very, very bizarre. And Greg and I switched out. Depending on which night you came to the show, Greg and I we were switching out the roles of Frankenfurter and Riff Raff. And my favorite thing to sing in the whole show, no matter what part I was playing, whatever, was when Riff Raff comes in at the end to take over, and he sings the Frankenfurter. I love that. It's like you just get to belt it at the top of your head. No! This is not musical theater 101. No! Didn't you have a question right there in the orange? You've got the whole weekend for me to do it. The song. Go ahead.
All the characters that you play, this is even remotely possible to answer. Which one did you have the most fun doing?
That is really hard. That's what she said. Sometimes I can't resist. Probably the most fun, Hajime and Ghost Stories. I mean, yeah. Well, by the way, Monica was awesome in Ghost Stories. Yeah, she was the hardcore Christian girl. Yeah. Yay, hardcore Christians. Yes.